Hi family, welcome and welcome back to Moving On with Auntie Rose. My name is Auntie Rose. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for the love you guys you're showing me. You guys are amazing, my friends and the family at large. You guys, you've been really supportive. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Continue subscribing and I love you so much. Today's episode, it's one of the episodes that I have been intending to do ever since I created this channel on how to cope with loss of a beloved one or how to grieve. I want to give you some tips that's really helped me when I was in grief. It's almost 2 years, 2 months since I lost my grandmother. She was so dear to me. She was so dear to me. Every time that I remember that she is gone and she's not coming back, it really hurts my heart. Grieving can be one of the most saddest things that can one experience in life. It brings about sadness. It brings about sympathy. It also brings about guilt. It also brings about remorse and all those things, all those bad things. But this is a process of healing. Once you click this video, just know you have started your healing journey. I want to give you some I want to give you some tips on how to do that. That really helped me cope with the loss of my loved one. That is my grandmother. Of course, I've lost other people, but she was so dear to me. And I feel like these tips will help you move on. Okay, not like necessarily move on exactly, but it will start the process of healing. Okay, as I was saying, it's exactly 2 years, 2 months since I lost my grandmother, and it really breaks my heart. I always feel sad every time I think about it. She was a rare gem that I will ever find. I don't know whether I'll ever find a gem. Okay, my mother is there, but my relationship with my grandmother was awesome and the best. I really miss her so much. I wish we had some visiting hours there where they go. Yeah, and if you're experiencing the grief right now, or it's some few years ago, if it's right now, it's very important to attend and also to assist in the preparations of the burial. That is, we according to our culture, we do those ceremonies to prepare for the burial. Like a few 7 days before we bury the beloved one. Now, if you are in that process, please make sure, for the sake of your guilt, please make sure you participate, because this is the only time you have. So take your time and participate in the event. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I really miss my grandmother so much. I know it's not easy. If your beloved left some years ago, like mine, number one step of healing is by celebrating them. How do I say you celebrate them? What I mean is like how we celebrate them is by remembering the sweet memories. I remember my grandmother would come. At one point, I didn't have a toothbrush, and I stayed for some time without a toothbrush. I had moved somewhere just close to her home and away from my mom, and I didn't have anyone to be open to, like, directly. Of course, I had someone to talk to, but I felt like it was more easier to talk to my grandmother rather than the person that I was living with by the time. And I remember she came with a small toothbrush that I have never seen even today, and a toothpaste, and it really breaks my heart. I wish she was there. She really made my life more beautiful. And one of the things that I do, I always try to remember the memories so that I can honor them and celebrate them. You get? Something else you need to do, you need to cry. If you feel like crying, if you feel like grief is coming, don't avoid it. Just grieve it. Because, when you don't, it still awaits for you. Like, you need to. That is the journey. Everyone must pass through that. Not unless you don't have the conscious, like you don't have the humane, I don't know what to say, but you must you must grieve. Let me just put it that way. Grieve, don't avoid you go take drugs, you do what to make yourself numb. The pain still awaits for you. The next point is to avoid drugs. Avoid drugs. it goes that with that point that we should grieve, avoid drugs. Most people when you ameachwa, or like those people who have been left by their loved one, I know it's painful. Even sometimes you don't get the chance to say goodbye. I remember that day when my grandmother died. She died around, I think, 6 or 5, and I was being told at 8. Let me tell you, I really felt a lot of pain and a lot of guilt. And if you don't feel that, you'll feel that. You'll feel that after some time. So you better experience that pain, that guilt, that grief, or something. Someone is coming. So if you must experience that. You get. Yeah, my next point is that always make sure you eat healthy. When you have been left with your loved one, you tend to forget yourself. Sometimes when you don't take a shower, sometimes when you don't eat as it is required, sometimes you get overwhelmed. You're not unable to eat like it should. And I remember those days when those few 6-7 days, I was not unable to feed properly. I used to take some tea and some bread for some few days. Luckily, I had some days off. Like I didn't have to go to my employer to seek some off or something, some leave. But I used to feed. I never used to shower. And I didn't go to see her the last day so that you can pay respect. I didn't manage, and I always feel like that guilt. I always feel the guilt. I wish I went because I'll never have the chance again. So it's always good to participate in those things. Zote, make sure. Kama ni mochari we enda. Kama ni participate. Kama ni whatever it is. Kama ni kutoa pesa zako. Please do participate 100%. You'll never find that opinion again. Other thing, I remember that day when when we buried my grandmother, I felt so much pain. And I remember my cousin my cousin even right now, Lydia, she was so sweet to me. She really, really supported me. I really felt like my world was shattered. She really, really supported me. And one thing that she told me that I always tell other people that have been left is like, she told me one thing about the goodness of all this is that one day we are going to meet them. How? I don't know. I don't want to say I'm gonna die. But one thing that I know is that we're gonna meet them and we're gonna be happy together. Every time that I pass through something, I always remember her, and I think it's a process of healing. The way I was that night is not like the way I am today. I remember that night. It's always good to grieve. I just moved out of the house because I felt so lonely. I went somewhere and sat and really cried, and I told God, I hope this is not the time. I hope this is not the time. I am not even ready. You get, like, I was so I felt like I didn't have enough time. I felt the guilt. So that point I was driving is that you should forgive yourself. Sometimes you find that someone is sick and you didn't have the money or the income to support their bills at the hospital, or even to take them to the hospital. You're not unable. Please forgive yourself. That is another thing that will help you to healing. And also be patient with yourself. You can't lose your beloved one like tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Oh my gosh, stop. You can't lose your loved one like. You can lose your loved one you can't lose your loved one like yesterday and then leo ati umepona. No, you need to be patient with yourself. You get, it's still 2 years, 2 months since she left, and I'm still hurting, but not like the way I hurt Yosiku. You get, I don't know where my English is going, but please make sure you give yourself time, and also accept the new normal. This is the new. I remember when we used to have COVID-19, our Minister of Health used to say, this is the new normal. Now this is the new normal in your life. This person, you will never see them again. So you have to accept the new normal. You have to accept the new normal. For the sake of your peace, for the sake of your health, you need to accept the new normal. You get? I think you need to accept the new normal, because it's not there's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And sometimes the people tend to be so rigid in their hearts. Some even they commit suicide to go and join them. I don't think it's right. Okay, I don't know about the other side, but I don't think it's right. Give yourself time. Give yourself hope. Forgive yourself. If the pain becomes too much, endure. Ni kuendure ama ni kufanya nini? Yeah, please make sure you just stay there. Yani hiyo process iko kwa kila mtu. Unless iko kwa kila mtu. You need to stay calm, be patient and accept the new normal. Yeah, and also I think it's just that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm trying to remember some points and zimekata kukuja, but I think those are the about around 4 or 5 points that really helped me when my grandmother died. When my grandmother died, and yeah, I hope she's in a better place. And sometimes I always see her at night. Imagine, like when I do something nice. I know. Stop! Don't laugh. Okay, like if I do something nice, I always see her smiling. You get, like I always see, like if nikimonanga kwa dreams zangu akismile, I know something nice is coming or I'm doing well or something. But if I see her angry, kuna kitu nafanya mbaya. I don't know how that spirit is, or I'm just a witch or something. I don't know, but those are just things that I often experience. Maybe with times then atuzikiisha. I think so. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for the love. Make sure you subscribe, guys. I love you so much. Honestly, guys, napatananga na most of you na wananiambia I want to do video with you. Yani the love is too much. Mwenye umeka hapo na uja subscribe. Please subscribe and please show some love. Please make sure you like this video. Comment, share with your friends. Road to 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, I love you so much. Bye.